please remember that the greatest is the biggest, okay? And we're going to find the factors of certain numbers. We're going to find out which ones do they have in common. Let's go ahead and start with something basic. So let's go ahead and do 9 and then 6. So we are going to name or write all the factors of 9 and 6. To do that, I'm going to create a factor tree. So I'm going to have 9, and I'm going to go ahead and go like this so I could separate it, and I'm going to have 6 over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I need to know what two factors give me the product of 9. So that means what two numbers can I get so I could multiply and I could have 9. I could say it's 3 times 3. So I'm going to put 3 times, and then I'm going to put 3. Now, are there any other two factors that I could multiply and it's going to give me the product of 3? That is not 3 and it's not a 1. If the answer is no, I'm going to go ahead and circle. So again, if you have a factor and you can no longer break it down by itself or by 1, then that would be a prime. So I'm going to circle. That means my factors for 9 are 3 and 3. So I'm going to put 3 and I'm going to put 3. Okay? Now for 6, what two factors can I get and it's going to give me the product of 6? I'm going to say 2 and 3 because 2 times 3 give me 6. Are there any two other numbers that if I multiply and it's not 1 and it's number itself, can I use any two numbers and give me 2? The answer is no, so that's considered a prime. I'm going to circle. Notice that 3, we already know it's a prime, so I'm going to circle it as well. Now I'm going to put all my factors over here. So now I have 2. Notice that I'm putting this from smallest to greatest. And I have 3. These are my factors. Now, I need to find out what do they have in common. What factors do they have in common? I have 3. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle this. That means my greatest common factor is 3. That means that's the biggest number, that's the greatest. They have it in common, and these are factors. So my greatest common factor is 3. Another way you could show your work is by creating a Venn diagram. So I'm going to go ahead and put a circle and another circle. Okay, for Venn diagrams, always remember that if it's in the middle, that's what they have in common. That's the same. Okay, what they have in common. Okay, on the sides, that means that's the difference. That means they don't have anything in common with the other ones. So difference. Okay, now for my factors, I have 9 and I have 6. So I'm going to put all my factors of 9 and all my factors of 6. Notice if it's circled, that means it goes in the middle. I only put 1 because they only share 1, 3 here. That's what they have in common. Then I have something that's not circled. So for 9 I have 3, and for 6 I have 2. Okay, so all you need to do is to find the greatest common factor. You need to find out what is inside here, and that is your answer. So for this one, again, your greatest common factor is 3. Okay, now let's go ahead and try another example. What if you have 12 and 18? Okay, 12 and 18. Let's go ahead and do the same. I have 12, and on this side I have 18. Okay, these are my two factors. these are my two numbers. So for 12, what two factors can I multiply and give me 12? I am going to say 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. 3 is a prime. I'm going to circle it. 4 is not a prime because we still have two other numbers. And that would be 2 times 2. Okay, I'm going to put a little multiplication here so you could see. 2, we already know it's a prime, and I'm going to circle it. Okay, I want to do something for you guys. Okay, let's say you don't agree with 3 and 4. Okay, this is just a side note. If I go ahead and put 12 again, and you don't want to use 3 and 4, do we have other factors that give you 12? Yes, that could also be 6 and 2. Okay, 6 and 2. Now, 2 is a prime. I'm going to circle it. 6, notice, 6, you could still break it apart. And if you break it apart, that is going to give you 3 and 2. 2 is a prime. 3 is also a prime. Now, I want you to notice something. Even though you started off with different factors, at the end, you are still going to find the same factors, the same prime numbers. So look how you have 2, 2, and 3. Over here you have 2, 2, and 3. Okay, so if you need to write them over here, you still get to see that your factors are 2, 2, and 3. Okay, it doesn't matter which two factors you want to use to start with. At the end, you're going to have the same results. So no problem whatsoever. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Now let's go ahead and try 18. Okay, what two factors give you 18? I'm going to say 9 and 2. Or you could even say 2 or 9. Okay, 2 is a factor. I'm going to circle it. All right, I'm going to put this down. What two numbers give me 9? Well, that would be 3 and 3. You know 3 is a prime. I'm going to circle this. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of my numbers, all of my factors, from smallest to biggest over here. So I have 2, and I put 2. 3, and I put 3. 3, and I put 3. Okay. So I'm going to go back down. And now tell me, what did they have in common? I see here that I have 3 and 3. I'm going to circle it. I have 2 and 2. I'm going to circle this. So what's my greatest common factor here? Well, this is what I need to do. I'm going to do a Venn diagram just to help you out. Okay, so I'm going to put circle. I'm going to put circle. Again, remember, we need to find out this is what they have in common. That's the same. Okay, and for this one, I have 12 here. I have 18 here. Okay, so if they have, and I'm going to use a separate color here, if they have 3 in common, I'm going to put 3, and I also have a 2 here. Okay, they share it, so I don't need to rewrite it again. They share it, so I'm going to put this here. Now for 12, they have a 2, so I'm going to put a 2 here. And for 18, it's not circled, so I'm going to put 3 over here. Okay, so I need to highlight this right here. And what factors do I have? I have 3, and then I need to have 2. So 3 times 2, that will equal 6. So your greatest common factor is 6. So 6 is your greatest common factor. Okay, that means 6 is in 12 and in 18. All right, kids. So hopefully I was able to help you. Go ahead and click the pause button, or go ahead and review, rewind if you need to, fast forward, take a break, give it a try yourself. Okay? So that was how to find the greatest common factor from different numbers using either the factor tree and a Venn diagram, whichever one was helpful. Hopefully I was able to help.